What I think of as like sort of the bedrock of Millionaire Fastlane is the sense framework. At least, I mean, that's in my idea. I think you can't really understand Fastlane entrepreneurship without it. So you want to just tell us what the sense framework is briefly, or however long you want. Just what is that? How does it work?
Sure. The sense framework is the cornerstone of my philosophy. It is a methodology for starting a business. But having a business that actually can change your life and set yourself free within just a few years. It could be 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, whatever. But basically, when you start a sense-based business, you want it to have the power to change your life, to basically make you, a multi-millionaire. So you can enjoy financial freedom, not this mediocre existence that is now often preached on financial news websites. So the sense framework is an acronym for control, which is C, E, entry, need, N, T, time, and S, scale. So control basically says you want to control most aspects of your business, because if there's one entity, whether it's a person or a corporation, that can make a decision and put you out of business within one decision, you're violating control. And a good example of that is, say, a network marketing company, and you sell their products and you're doing awesome. But then say you say something wrong, or you violate one of their terms of services, and they kick you out. Boom, you just went from having a big thriving business to being out of business. Another example is, you're an inventor and Walmart is your only customer. And then Walmart says, we're done, stocking your product, and boom, you're out of business. Control violations are very dominant in Amazon only businesses. Mm-hmm. If your product is some type of, gray area and Amazon says, oh, we don't like this, you're out of, you're done. Boom. Within one person made a decision and you're out of business. So yeah, that is control, and control is
social media really, too. I mean, Facebook changes the algorithm, you're done. Like if you rely on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That's another example. So control is about risk mitigation and recognizing who can disrupt your business with just one decision. Now, that doesn't mean you can violate control. There's people on Amazon making fortunes, but they have to understand that Amazon is the one that holds the key. Because, if they cancel them, they're out, they're in trouble. E stands for entry. Basically, when you're getting in business, there has to be a specific process in getting in business. If your business is, hey, just sign up and you're in business, or hey, just sign up to this drop shipping program, you're in business, that's not a business. You're not solving any problems. You're not solving any needs. Entry needs to be a process, not an event. Usually the longer, the more troublesome the entry is, usually the better problem you're solving, or the more difficult it is. So a lot of people, again, hey, I'm going to sign up and sell this affiliate program. Okay, well, you violated entry, which means you are going to struggle mightily, and you're going to have an incredible amount of competition, like intense, where you have to be the top 1% of the top 1% to make any money in that industry, because everyone's doing it, because it's so simple to do. So that's entry. Need is the most important. It like kind of frames the peak of the house. You have to provide something that is needed, that has relative value in the marketplace. And the books really go deep into need with a term I call value skew. That's a whole nother topic, but need.
I'll be asking about that.
We can get to that. Yeah, sure. And it's basically someone has to look at your offer and say, you know what, I like what they're offering here. Here's my money. And you would be amazed at how many people get into business with no need defined. They're not solving any problems. They're not providing convenience. They have no value skew. They're getting into business because it's my passion, or because I like doing this, or because I know how to do this, or all these other internal personal narratives that the market don't care about. And that's why people fail, because they're too busy looking on the inside when they should be looking on the outside. So that's N, or need. T is time, which means eventually, after you put in the grind or the effort, you must be able to diversify away from your business so it makes money 24/7. This is how you get to sleep in every day like you and not have an alarm clock. I haven't had an alarm clock set in my life for over 20 years. And once you have that set up, you can basically have your business run on autopilot. So there's particular businesses that fit into that time modality. A lot of people start businesses are only creating jobs for themselves, meaning if they do not work, they do not earn income. So if that is the case, you are violating time. You have to be able to step away and earn money while you sleep, while you're on vacation, and while you're working. Now, of course, time, there comes a certain level of putting the effort in. That usually doesn't happen within the first few months. You have to put in a certain type of effort. Like I like to say, is passive income is anything but passive. It took me like a year and a half to start really enjoying passive income. So that's T, time. And the final one is S, scale. Your product, service, or offering has to be able to be sold to many people optimally worldwide, if not countrywide, then citywide, then statewide. It obviously gets lower and lower. So if you're starting a sandwich shop on the corner of Main and Maple, you have no scale. There's not anything going to happen where one day 10,000 people show up to your little store and start buying from you. It's never going to happen. This is why the internet has created more millionaires and billionaires in the last 15 years, because this scale component is much easier met today than it was 20 years ago. So that's the sense framework in a nutshell. When you have a business that fits all those criteria, you are setting yourself up for an asymmetrical outcome potentiality within your business. And an asymmetrical outcome basically means, hey, I spent $10,000 in this business, and now it is worth $15 million.
I don't waste time, no, I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just waiting, I'm creating. Yeah, sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable.